Welcome back. I'm Wavepunk, and this is day 66 of producing for a year. We're still on our travel vlog as we get off the plane in Copenhagen, and surprisingly, I felt pretty nice despite it quite literally being my bedtime back at home. The jet lag hadn't quite hit me yet, but it is definitely on its way. European architecture is always so different and fun, including the ways they show your room number at the hotels. While it's not exactly the most practical, I do love that it's different. The room is nice and wonderfully lit by daylight with a beautiful view of the Danish countryside. So this is a fascinating experience. Just another reminder of the fact that you're literally on the other side of the globe and that you're at I'm at a different latitude on the globe. There's different, the relationship with the sun is very different up here in Scandinavia. It's 12:40 in the afternoon. It's like just after lunch. And look at the shadows. This is noonday sun. Lunchtime sun, and it's like the sun's almost set. I need to look up when it gets dark, but it's kind of a crazy experience. The sun also makes this an odd spot in the challenge because if you remember back in the video where I explained how I was going to do everything, I was like, I want to work 15 minutes on production every day for a year, and I want to go to sleep in between every single time so that I retain all that information. That was part of the challenge, was that I couldn't do like 15 minutes on one day and then like 15 minutes of the next day, like 11:45 to like 12:15 kind of thing. There had to be time in between. And there has been time since the last time I produced, but I have not gone to sleep because I can't sleep on planes. So technically though, it is Sunday and it is time for me to make another video. And so we'll make an exception to the fact that there's no way I could solve this situation because time zones and jet lag. And I did produce on the plane though. This RJ Passon sample, I think this is pretty sick. There was kind of two different ways this could go. There was that, and then there was this. I could kind of go either way on that one, like the just normal trappy beat or the like orchestral version of it. Both are fun. Okay, but back to our main track at the moment. What can we get done today? I start listening through and my ear is drawn to the section where we hear the full melody with the chord progression for the first time. I want this section to really stand out. Right now, even with kind of the snare coming in here, it just feels the same as the section before it until we finally get to the first chord change, which happens like 4 measures in. I try adding a few things from other sections, but really the track feels full. I don't need to add more things. Adding is just making it messier. What if I could take something away in the section prior or something? I try a filter sweep. This rough approximation is enough for me to know that this isn't the direction I want to go in. What about cutting out the kick? Okay, this could work. It definitely draws much more attention to that downbeat. What if the melody was a bit more like referential during the part preceding it so that on that clear downbeat, it's clear that the melody has really finally fully begun in earnest? Or what if we just cut this section out? I really like this little intro bit. And it's really important that we keep that because that's what the stabs are at the kind of finale of the piece. It creates this nice bookending of motifs. But then that transitions into our melody. transitions into half of our melody. And then we do that half of that melody 4 times. And then the 5th time you hear that is when the melody like actually begins in earnest. But you don't know that it's different than what you've heard before until halfway through the 6th time, because it goes dun 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 dun, and then da da dun dun. That's the first time it changes, which is really far to get into an idea where like I want this to be different. It's almost like I need to like change the notes here or something like that to make it clear that it's not the same as what was coming from before. Like if it went like instead of going bum bum ba ba bum, if the beat went ba ba bum ba ba bum, like change up the groove just a little bit. But that's weird because this is supposed to be the like first like real true expository, like this is the melody, and you don't want to iterate and have like recapitulatory variation on like what is effectively the first time the listener is hearing the full melody. I think I probably need to go listen to some more trance tracks that do this sort of thing. But I think really what they do is they just don't have this like this section where you're hearing the melody, hearing the melodic information halfway before you get into the real one. I feel like I could potentially just cut this out and not have it at all. That's so much work though for an idea I might not like, and I'm too tired to do that right now. So I'm gonna put a pin in that. Maybe we'll come back and try that later. I would love for this to work. The idea of changing the notes is, well, theoretically bad. Maybe it works for the piece. It doesn't make a big enough difference to make it worth doing, really. I'm feeling annoyed at this point because I really want to figure this out, but my toolbox is just falling short of the puzzle. I'm also bothered that it feels like a dumb video to put out if I end it here, and I need to keep fighting the jet lag. The jet lag is definitely not helping anything right now. So I look for something else to accomplish for the time being. How about we fine tune the Game Boy section with the new knowledge we gained back on day 62 that we used yesterday. Let's use that again here. The knowledge about how an 8-bit plugin's custom envelopes work. All of my plugins here in the Game Boy section, nearly all of them are 8-bit plugins, and almost all of them are using ADSR envelopes for volume control. But there's a notably different quality to my ears when this plugin is automated by frame data in that volume envelope, where it's emulating the way a gaming device would have interpreted sound back in the day. I switched this instrument over to fade out over 20 frames and adjust its duty envelope to cut from 50 to 12.5, which gives it that nice authentic edge. Neither of these patches felt like pitch automation was what they needed, so I left those alone after a bit of experimentation. That's it for day 66. I'm going to go for a walk, see if I can try and stay awake for a little bit longer. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.